What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we've got another new car. Not to worry, this one is not a flood car from Florida. This is just an incredible deal that I found when I was doing an Insurance Auto Auctions walk around. I saw it, it made me think of my uncle who passed away. It was a car that he absolutely loved, even the same color as the last one of these that he owned. And when I saw the buy it now price and the super low miles, I had to buy it. Now, before I get too far into this video, I wanted to just quickly run through some of the cars that we have on the channel in case you're new here, or even if you're not new, I've got several cars that have recently arrived that you guys may not have seen. Sitting over there is a flood car, as a Maserati Ghibli. Don't worry, that one's actually not mine. That's Monkey Wrench Mike, so definitely go check out his channel, guys. That one is going to be, it's going to be a nightmare, is what it's going to be. Ask me how I know. Over here, we got a Cavalier. We've got a Lexus LS 460. This also is Monkey Wrench Mike's. This is a Lexus LS 430. We've got the old, what is this? A Maserati Chrysler TC by Maserati. We've got our Dale Earnhardt Jr. 48,000 original miles, Monte Carlo supercharged SS. We've got the Cutlass Supreme. This is actually on Copart's website for sale right now. It keeps bringing like $600, $700. I'm not going to sell it for that. It's got 66,000 original miles. It runs and drives like a dream. Beautiful body, excellent tires, beautiful interior. There is absolutely no way I'm going to let this car go for $700, okay? I really want close to $2,500 out of it. If I could get close to $2,500, I'd let it go. If you're interested in this, I'm going to put a link directly below the video and you can check it out for yourself. Next, the Hyundai Venue, my 2021 Hyundai Venue, is also back up for sale at Copart. The person that won it last time did not pay for it, and they're going to end up paying over $1,000 in fees for bidding and not paying for the car. So yeah, you shouldn't do that. Next, the E420. This is Monkey Wrench Mike's. And then, of course, the latest favorite on the channel is this one, my one owner and 11,000 original mile 1997 Ford Mustang Cobra. That's right, the 4-valve, the 4.6 underwater, almost completely. I mean, we're talking like 60% under salt water. Transmission, engine full of water, everything, guys, right here. And this car is back on the road. Against all odds, this car is a survivor. Unfortunately, we don't get to share that information with the previous owners as they both passed away almost immediately after the hurricanes in Florida. So I was really sad to learn about that, but their passing has really been a huge motivating factor in me wanting to bring this car back to life. I can't do anything to help them, you know what I mean? But I know they must have loved this car, and I'm going to do everything I can to save this one and keep it back on the road. Now, this is a new arrival that I just got. It's on the other side of my Ram here, and that is another Mustang. I could not help it. I saw this going up for auction, and by the way, that Cobra, I think I paid maybe $2,800 for it. 11,000 original miles, I paid $2,800 for that car. And the best part is, yes, it's a salvage title, but it's not a certificate of destruction, okay? I've already got the paperwork done on that to get the title rebuilt. So that will have a rebuilt and roadworthy title in no time at all. Same thing with this one. This is a 94, the first year of this body style. And I just love the SN95s. I've got a real soft spot for the SN95s. I gave something like $2,200 for this one. Like, I paid nothing for it, guys. And the best part of this one is what it says over here. All right, take a look. That says 347 stroker supercharged. Yeah, it's got good tires. I found the previous owners in Florida. Of course, it's Florida hurricane flood car, saltwater, waterline, way up there. It is a 347 stroker. It has a brand new, according to the previous owner that built this car, who owns a speed shop, by the way. It's worth noting he owns a speed shop. This is a 347 stroker. It is supercharged, and he just put a brand new transmission in it before the hurricane came through and wiped it out. Other than that, he didn't want to tell me much about it, other than he spent about 20 grand on it. Seems like it was a sore subject for him. I thought maybe he'd be interested in seeing the car, you know, hopefully resurrected on the channel. I don't think he was all that interested. So moving on, we've got some other ones that just arrived, including another flood, 2 more flood cars. We've got a 98 DSM. That's a Mitsubishi Eclipse sitting over here. Beautiful old car. I love it. It was damaged somewhere between the auction yard and here. It got some damage, and this is one that the water line lied on. This shows the water line was right here. I don't know how well that comes out on camera, but right there is the water line. It says WL. Okay. Water was over the center console. Water was over the back seats, which the back seats are probably up here, maybe about here. Definite discrepancy between the water line and where I have found water on this car, plus the fact that it's damaged. Now, this one arrived with no keys, so that makes it a whole lot more fun. Sitting next to that is a super rare Ford Crown Victoria. You guys may or may not know this, but this is a 1-year only body style. This is a 1992 Ford Crown Victoria, sold to me for like 200 bucks. I think that one I paid like 400 for the Mitsubishi. I don't know, 400, 300. This one was like 150, $200. Non-running saltwater flood with only 11,000 miles on the odometer. And this one, I'm really hoping, 11,776 miles. I'm really hoping we can bring this one back, because look at how beautiful this interior is. It smells so good. That's crazy. It smells like nothing ever got inside of this car. So that's another one. Of course, we've got the Chrysler Prowler. It's a 2002, the very last year of the Prowler. I hit a deer. I'm waiting on insurance to figure out how we're handling that. And then this one just arrived today. Unfortunately, the tow truck driver left it literally on county property. My property doesn't actually start until you get, I don't know, about here. It's like 5 feet off the road, if I remember right. So somewhere around right here back is where my property starts, and they put it right here. As you can see, this is a highway. It's literally a highway. And they left it basically on the shoulder of the highway with no plates. This is a 1998 Silverado, and this thing has been parked for years. Also a non-runner. I gave like 850 bucks for this one. The keys are still strapped to the ignition, so anybody could come out here and take it if they wanted it. Now, that's all. And of course, the classic Chevrolet truck door problem. Okay, now let's move on to some more interesting things, which is my PT Cruiser. I've also got another flooded Mustang in the garage. It's a 2015 EcoBoost convertible, saltwater flood from Florida. We're trying to bring that one back to life. And then this one I bought locally. I couldn't help it. This one I was actually buying for my friend Monkey Wrench Mike. He was at the time needing a truck, and I saw this and I thought, oh my God. Part of it is a joke. I thought it'd be funny because I know his neighbors would hate it. And that was just part of the fun. He ended up getting a truck, and I decided to go ahead and buy this anyway. 350,000 miles on the odometer. Run and drive. And I got this one, I swear it was like $750. It was stupid cheap. Okay, now that we've gotten through all of that, let's get to the star of the show here, which is this. Sold basically as a junk car, which is very interesting. Pedal. Okay, if you don't know who Pedal is, at the auction yards, the Pedal basically buys the cars that nobody wants. They buy cars that are difficult to sell, or cars that people just generally aren't interested in dealing with the public trying to sell themselves. So they send them to Pedal. This one is bizarre because it's an 05 PT Cruiser. This is not a salvage title. This is a clean title car. This isn't wrecked. I've already done the Carfax on it, and the last owner owned it for many years, guys, like a decade or more. I'm not a big fan of the portholes, the fake portholes that they added, but to each their own. Or this, I don't know if that's supposed to be like the Spirit of Ecstasy. You know, it's fine. The good thing is it's got brand new looking tires on it, and the tires, what are they dated? 2023, right there, 04 of 23. So that is the 4th week of 2023. That means the tires are practically new, and they're Bridgestones. They're good tires, guys. These are practically new Bridgestone tires. This is the convertible, and check this out, guys. Touring 2.4 liter turbo. This is what you would get in the SRT4 Dodge neon. How about that? The body is in good shape. The paint, it's hard to tell under all the dirt, but it looks to be pretty good. This had a buy it now, run and drive. Was it locked? Uh-oh. Let's see if the key fob works. Oh, yeah, the window indexed. Ooh, ooh, whoa, that's rank. Let's open the, oh my goodness, that's rank. Let's open it up and just kind of let her air out for a minute, you know what I mean? The trunk on this is bizarre. You see how it opens? Do you see this? Look at this. Isn't that bizarre? It's super cool car though. I mean, in my opinion, I know most of you probably hate it, but let's try unlocking it again. There we go. So, out the door price for this, I don't even remember, guys. I think it's $1,200 out the door. That's after fees and having it shipped down here. This was local in my Oklahoma City Insurance Auto Auctions yard. Oh, I just noticed, look at the spider webs. Can you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Spider webs everywhere. This whole, even down here. Oh, she's been sitting, guys. She's been sitting. Definitely think this was a female's car. Yeah, I could be wrong. I hate to assume. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. Honestly, I don't care. What do we got in here? Nothing. Then you've got this right here that says Red Hatter PT. Under the dash cover, it looks like everything is fine. The dash looks to be in great shape. That is really nice. Smells a little better now that I've got it airing out. I think this thing got parked and it just sat for a long time. Now, unfortunately, one of the things I did not find on this car was a timing belt service. That would have been really nice. But no such luck. And yes, the mileage, according to Carfax and according to the car, is accurate at 58,000. Battery sounds a little weak, but 50, I don't know, can you guys even see that? 58,301 miles. It's got this weird little, I don't know, bicycle. What'd they do? There we go. Let's just take that off. They probably glued it to the windshield, so that ought to be fun to take off. You've got this nice little 45 degrees outside. Can you guys even see any of that? I don't know. North, 45 degrees out. What? Oh, hello. You want this on because this keeps the light off. Otherwise, you kill the battery. Let's see if we can. I can't remember how the top works. Windows? Well, there's one important window, a less important window, even less important. Come on. Oh, that didn't sound good. What about this one? Yep, that one goes down too. Very nice. I think that window's going down. It runs great. Now let's close this. I don't know if this has to be closed to do the top, but just for safety, we'll do that, and we'll give the top a try. It's covered in like mildew and stuff and dirt. I mean, it's just so filthy. This car has obviously just been parked for a long time, so it's doing something. Up, 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 up. Hold on. Let's turn you guys around. Look at this. Up. Look at that. Is that all the way down? No way, man. Well, that's all she wants to do. Let's see if we can help her, maybe. Surely that can't. Oh, you know what? This should not be up. I think. I love convertibles, but part of me also kind of hates them because they can be such a nuisance. I'm thinking maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is how it goes. Let's pull it up just a little bit more. I'm feeling like this part should be like going out. You know what I mean? There, like that. Let's go over to the other side and try to, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out because it's either going to work or it's not. I feel like you need to push this outwards and push this down. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that helped any. Yes. Bingo. That's what it was. Now you can see. Oh, and this window didn't go all the way down. All right. Well, what are you going to do, man? So we've got her opened up. That's good because it does kind of, it smells kind of funky. I'd love to try to get that window the rest of the way down. Looks like it had a parade cover or something at some point. Now let's climb in and let's see if we can get that last window, which is just kind of, she's going, she's just, nah, she's very slow. Let's just leave it at that. All right, that's fine. And now we can appreciate this car and all of its beauty right here, man. I will check the air in the tires. Look at this. Would you check this out? I know it's not for everybody. My uncle loved these cars, man. He really did. And unfortunately, he bought one. He wanted one. He had to have it. He bought it. I warned him not to buy it. He did anyway. And it cost him a ton of money, and it never ran right. Which is unfortunate because it really put a sour taste in his mouth. He had to hire a mechanic. He lived in Indiana. I am so far away from him. There wasn't much I could do to help, but I warned him. He bought it anyway, and well, the head gasket was gone on it, which I had a feeling it was. And then after the head gasket, it was a warped block. So he ended up paying a mechanic. His was not a turbo. He paid. These are not easy to work on either. Mechanics generally avoid these like the plague. There's no room to work on. I mean, look down in here, guys. Because of how this wraps around, there's just no room in this thing. Mechanics absolutely hate even the non-turbo PT Cruisers. So he ended up having his cylinder head redone, and he had a new timing belt, all new timing belt components. He had a new cooling system installed. He put it all back together, only to find out that the block itself was warped. Now, a good mechanic should have straight edged the block and noticed from the very beginning that there was a warpage on the block, that something was wrong. I believe, if I remember correctly, these are aluminum heads and aluminum blocks. If you warp the heads from overheating, chances are pretty good you may have warped the block as well. He ended up just basically getting rid of it for scrap value after spending a ton of money on it, and he wanted another one ever since. It's unfortunate that he passed away and he doesn't have an opportunity to own one that I think would be a good one. I would take it and get the timing belt replaced on this. If you think I'm doing it, not a chance. There's literally zero chance that I am doing a timing belt on this car. It needs one done, mainly because it's almost at the 60,000 mile mark, but also because of the age. You know, with as old as this car is, you should really have the timing belt done. I'd love to see what the seats look like underneath. Somebody put these blue seat covers on, and they fit great. I'm gonna leave them, I think. I will probably remove the red Hatter PT from the dash. I don't know. It's not red anyway. The car is actually quite purple. I'm gonna go grab a booster pack for safety. I'm going to grab an air compressor. I'm going to air up these tires, and we're going to take her out on a ride, guys. We're going to see if this car that I've never driven, don't know anything about, will run and drive 10 miles after being parked for what looks like a long time. I'm guessing, this is just an assumption, but with all the spider webs and everything, and as good as this car looks, the fact that somebody had just done brand new tires on this, a full set, being that somebody had recently done struts on the front as well. It's got an air raid filter. It even says right here, do not discard, air raid. You know, and then you've got all these lights. You've got the portholes that are fake, the Spirit of Ecstasy, these glowing lights. Some of this stuff, I think this was probably a little bit older person that probably took it to car shows, maybe to PT Cruiser events. They actually have those. And just really enjoyed their car. My guess is maybe they got sick, maybe they got a little too old to drive, maybe, God forbid, they passed away, hopefully not. But I think this car ended up just being parked for a long time, and it looks to me Like there's nothing physically or mechanically wrong with it that would have caused it to have been parked. With that said, we should check the transmission fluid. Where is it? Right here? These were actually transmission fluid looks good. Yeah, trans fluid looks great. So yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. My guess is it got parked because somebody either got sick or they just got too old to drive. I'm gonna put the dipstick back in that I just dropped on the ground, and we're gonna take her for a spin. All right, tires were underinflated. They're all aired up to about 33 PSI now, and while I was inflating them, I realized these tires are winter tires. They're Bridgestone Weather Peak tires. So somebody was using this in the wintertime. Heater, oh, thank you, yes, 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 heater works great. I probably, because it's so cold out, it's 45 degrees, at least that's what it says, I should probably put the top up, but let's just try it with the top down. All right, a couple things. Let's test out the radio. No stations? Oh, there's no antenna. That's right, the antenna's missing. Okay, well, the radio sounds like it should work, right? The heat works. I hate trying the air conditioning because of how cold it is. I heard the compressor. I can't remember if the air conditioning works, but I heard the compressor. Let's try out the windshield wipers. Oh, wow. Yep. They work. Let's try signals. Left. Right. And I can see the reflection of them working in the truck. Turn on the lights. I see the headlights. Brights, yes. Fog lights, yes. I can see all of that in the reflection of the truck. Whether you can or not, I can see it. Horn works. We have cruise control. I don't know if that works or not. Let's turn off the lights. Yeah, it says cruise control right there. And we know the windows work. The convertible top work. There's the AC. Oh my goodness. It is way too cold for that. Let's turn that off. It's going to be freezing out here. Okay, brakes. We've got good brake pedals. We know that the remote key fob works. Guys, let me adjust this mirror so I can see a little bit better. There we go. I think I gotta watch out for this pickup truck. This thing runs so quiet. It is so smooth. No warning lights on the dash either. Like nothing. Easy, don't hit the Mitsubishi. There we go. Well, I mean, it's that time, guys. 10 miles. Let's see. Oh, it shifts. Yes, it shifts. We're already doing 40, and it shifted again. Oh, it is cold. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you guys take a look at this. Tell me, what do you think? Is this me or what, man? Little PT Cruiser. I need to adjust my mirrors a little bit. There we go. Oh, my uncle would have loved this little car. It's a little, it feels a little, I don't know what the word is for it. It does not feel very stiff. The car kind of bounces around a little bit. Oh my God, that's cold. Let's get her up to 60. Oh man, let's hit the gas. Oh, whoa, there we go. Yeah, oh, we're doing over 60. Okay, easy girl. That little turbo 4 gets it, man. Guys, I am freezing out here and there's nowhere to pull off. I'm really stuck, and I think that passenger rear window may not work. Oh my goodness. I need to pull off. I've got the heat on max and it's just, with the window down, it does nothing. This is absolutely no good for me. I am freezing out here. Well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it right now. The car is doing great. We're holding a solid 65 miles an hour. Cruise control is on and working great. We're running about 2,500 RPMs. The heat is blowing hot. God, I need to, please, I need to put that top up. I'm gonna find somewhere, I think, here in just a second, guys. I'm gonna pull off. I'm gonna try to close this top, get that window back there to work and get it closed. And if we could continue our trip with a little bit of heat You can see the wind is just, even with the windows up, the wind is blowing all over the place. I'm dying. She gets it. I had to put the top up, guys. Nah, couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. I've never been down this road before. I don't even know what's back here. Thankfully, that passenger rear window ended up working out just fine. I can't see anything behind me either. Yeah, the passenger back window came up just fine. I had to tap the switch a few times. Well, when that boost kicks in, I'm not kidding you, man. She's got a little bit of power. Let's see how it is driving this thing with the top up. Hopefully it's a little more quiet. Oh yes, much better. Much better. Oh, thank you. The heater is working great. Guys, I'm doing 60. Let's get it back up to 65. Set the cruise control again. Oh, this is way better. So much quieter. Way more refined. I like this. I almost don't want to speak the words. I actually really am enjoying this little turbo touring Chrysler PT Cruiser. It's unusually quiet for a convertible. That's different for me. I am totally used to convertibles being loud, kind of noisy and obnoxious. This is surprisingly quiet and comfortable. It's not bad at all. If the weather was nicer, having that top down would absolutely be the thing to do. Absolutely. I think the car just looks so cool with the top down. I don't see any signs of cigarette smoke in here. I don't smell any smoke. What I have smelled in this car when I opened the door earlier, that rank smell, was like a mildewy smell. So maybe the car had leaked somewhere. Although looking at the floors, I don't really see. Boy, there's spider webs just everywhere in this car. I don't really see anything that looks like water's been intruding. The top looks to be in great condition. So I don't know, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna get out and take a thumbnail for you guys, and then we'll get back on the road, see if it can make it 5 miles back to the house. All right, I got you guys a thumbnail. Now I want you to see there's no warning lights on the dash at all. That's a seatbelt light because obviously I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Everything on this car works. This is crazy, guys. For this kind of money, even if you don't like a PT Cruiser, I just have to throw this out there. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Listen to this thing. I do think I hear a slight vacuum hiss somewhere. You hear that? Oh, I see it. Hold on. We have a vacuum leak. Hold up. Wait a minute. I can't believe we're not getting a check engine light for that. Right here, it came out. There it is. Oh, there we go. What's she like that? Right here, guys. I don't know if you can even see it, but this hose came unplugged. There you go. And it didn't even throw a check engine light. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, where do you get a car with only 58,000 miles on it, right? A convertible at that. A convertible car with 58,000 miles on it that runs and drives with cold air conditioning, working heat, all 4 windows work, the power locks work, literally everything works, brand new tires, no warning lights on the dash at all. Where do you get something like this for 750 bucks? Where? And you wanna know the best thing? Like, if I remember right, I'm gonna have to pull up the receipt, but I think I did a buy it now on this. I don't think I even waited for the auction. I think this was just a buy it now type deal, guys. Let me see and just double check, and I can double check the price for you too. So unfortunately, it doesn't say if I used a buy it now or not, and I just can't remember, but I am almost certain that this, in fact I'm 100% certain this was a buy it now, and that's why I didn't want to wait for it to go to auction and risk losing it. It was my Chevy Silverado, the Chevy 1500, that I actually had to go through the auction. There was no buy it now. The good thing about this is this was a pedal car, and that meant that it was not available to the public, so only dealers are allowed to bid or buy now on this lot. And that's exactly what I did. And I got it for $775, guys, out the door. And I paid for shipping, too. I had it delivered from Oklahoma City over an hour away down here. And that cost me $160 to have it delivered. All in on this car, $1,382. That's it for a low mileage running and driving 4-cylinder turbo car. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I have never thought of the PT Cruiser as a cool car, you know, but hold on, there's a but to that. I've never thought of it as like, you know, wow, that's a cool car. But when you can pick one up for $1,380 out the door with low miles, running and driving with everything working, yeah, that makes it a very cool car. It's a convertible, guys. You could literally, and I know, I can see the comments on it already. It's a girl's car. All right, I'll give it to you. Maybe the car does come across a little feminine, but it is an SRT pedigree. All right, this little turbo 2.4 liter is the same 2.4 liter you would find in the Dodge Neon SRT4. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, the SRT4 was the very first offering from Dodge, from Mopar, for their street racing technology platform, guys. So you are looking at this car and the Dodge Neon, even though this is not badged as an SRT, this is the same platform that the SRT Neon is based off of. Therefore, I think it's a little less feminine and a whole lot more fun to drive. Would I enjoy the car so much if it was just your regular plain Jane non-turbo 4-cylinder? No, absolutely not. But even if this was the non-turbo version, even if it was not a convertible, I think I would still see the value in this car at $1,380 out the door, just because it's low miles, everything works, and it runs and drives. And I don't know if you've been out shopping around for cars lately, but it is very, very, very hard to find anything decent out here today in the price range of like under $1,500, all right? In fact, I'm gonna say it's almost impossible to go out and find a car that's low miles, everything works, for under $1,500. So I think I got a steal on this. Good Carfax report, nice clean Carfax report. Yes, this has had transmission services, had regular oil changes and tires, and someone has done all the maintenance, except I find no maintenance at all for a timing belt. Although I suppose it's possible that one of the required maintenances that show up on the Carfax, it just says like maintenance performed. I don't know what that means. That could possibly be a timing belt, or it could be something else. I honestly have no idea. I personally would be doing a timing belt job on this car ASAP if this is something that I was going to keep. And who knows, maybe I will, but probably not. According to Carfax, if I were to try to retail this car, which obviously I'm not, this car is worth like $5,000 something, like $5,000 and change. Are you serious? That means private party. I probably would not have, like, realistically, if I were trying to private party sell this car, I have no doubt at all, none, that I could sell it exactly as is, where is today, for $4,000. Not a problem. Somebody would come and hand $4,000 for this car all day long. As you can see, guys, it handles the road great. We are cruising at 70 miles an hour, still no warning lights on the dash. All the gauges are good. The car is happy, and even on winter tires, which is surprising, it's riding pretty damn smooth. I think if you got some regular, you know, touring tires, that's what I would put on this. Some nice all-season touring tires. I think it would ride even better, but you'll get no complaints out of me on how this car runs, drives, or rides for $1,300. Did you doubt the car for a minute? At all. I guarantee most of you thought there's no way that car is going to make it. I'll be the first to admit, I thought the car would probably have some kind of a transmission issue. These vehicles, these cars are notorious for transmission problems, but oftentimes, more times than not, I'd say, the transmission issues in these are misdiagnosed as a faulty or failed transmission, when in reality, it's simply a ground wire that you need to attach from the computer to the frame of the car. It's that simple. 99% of the times when I have purchased these and Dodge Neons, turbos, non-turbos, doesn't matter, 99% of the times when I buy these, or used to back in the day, When I would buy these as transmission problem cars, it was never actually a transmission problem. Granted, the transmissions didn't want to shift, and a lot of times you'd get blinking lights all over the dash in conjunction with that. That's something to look out for. If you've got a transmission that won't shift, guys, in one of these platforms, and you get lights, I mean, the lights will be flashing all over the dash, the odometer will like come and go, and the transmission fails at the same time as you're having those problems, 99% of the time, all you got to do is go under the hood and add a ground wire from the computer box, which sits right over here, and add it over to the fender or somewhere else on the body of the car, and the problem is fixed. Now, this car does not have that issue. This car obviously drove absolutely great. Windows index like they're supposed to. The steering is nice. Even now, just sitting here, one of the things I hate about these and Dodge Neons is the excessive vibration. It feels horrible in most of these. This one, you can hear the engine, but it's smooth. I mean, it's very smooth and relatively quiet. If these things have any real miles on them, motor mounts start going bad, and then they just end up with this lifetime. Even with new motor mounts, they end up with this lifetime vibration in the car, which is, it's awful. Not this one. Nope. I'll be honest with you, I've never had a low mileage version of this car before, so I had no idea. I assumed that they all just shook and vibrated like crazy from the factory. It'll be interesting to clean this up and see how the paint looks underneath. It came off again. You see it right there? See that hose? Came off again. So we're gonna have to address that. It's just a little 90-degree elbow that apparently has gotten soft over time. We'll put another, I'll put another hose on there and that'll fix it. Super easy repair though. It just, like, as soon as you start getting going, see down there, you just take it and there it is. There it is, right there. Much happier now, much happier now. But anyway, this computer over here, you just need to put a ground wire from like that bolt right on the side and run it over to the strut tower or something. It's no big deal if you ever have those problems. It's a great car, guys. I do see a little bit of clear coat peel up at the top right here. Pretty common, you know, no complaints. I don't see any real dents or anything that are concerning to me. The top needs a thorough cleaning. It runs just like an absolute dream, man. I mean, seriously, she runs really, really good. This was a hell of a deal, guys. I'll take deals like this all day long over flood cars. Completely honest. The flood cars are, good Lord, they're getting tiring, but this, what a steal. Start it up. Oh, the battery sounds way better now. Way better. Do we have a trip, I assume, too? Yeah, there it is. See, we drove 10.2 miles. And gauges are looking great, man. Okay. This was so cheap. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is something I want to keep. I don't know if it's something that I want to sell. You notice I took the dash mat off, and I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. If it is up to me, I'd probably pull off all these little accessories. I'm not into a bunch of chrome, and not on something like this, you know, but these are probably adhered to the car, and taking these off may cause damage to the paint and stuff underneath. So I may leave those on, but it doesn't make sense that you have the rear ones. There's nothing on the front. You know, why not do both? The portholes, if you try to pull these off, I guarantee it's going to rip off the stickers. The pinstriping is going to come off. These hideous, I'd like to get rid of those. That you could do. This thing, I don't even know, man. That's somebody, I guess, that, you know, they thought maybe they were driving a Bentley or something. And, you know, it's nice for what it is. But it's important to just remember, it's a PT Cruiser. It's not a Mercedes. It's not a luxury car. It's an interesting, quirky, and fun car, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to let you guys drop your comments below. What do you think? $1,380 out the door? Would you have paid that for this car? I'm going to tell you right now, for me, all day, every day. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I got a pickup truck sitting over there, literally in the street, that I get to try to push by myself I don't know, somewhere over here, and try to make sure that someone, number one, doesn't hit it, and number two, that someone doesn't come out here and tow it off because they left it sitting in the road. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed making it to you. What a fun video. A cheap little econo-box car, man, that runs and drives great. People think the deals aren't out there anymore. I'm telling you, they are. You just got to get out and really look for them, guys. It's not as easy as it used to be. You got to actually put in the work, go out and find them, but the deals are out there. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.